So now the issue here, when I was told challenging case, now what is a challenge? Difficult or a complex case from the beginning? Well, there are so many of them that it's really impossible to select one. I was finding it very difficult. The other challenge is an unusual or unexpected challenge that is faced in an otherwise routine type of case that challenges your wits at the strike of a hammer. And this is not uncommon in interventional cardiology. So this I'll show you when a non-left main case got converted to left main. So let's see. So this is the patient. Triple vessel disease, so all three lesions are doable. So stenting the circumflex and then the LAD. Reasonable, straightforward triple vessel disease. That's the LAD final. The wires are out. And then we have the left corner injection. Well, you might think there is some residual in the mid LAD. Well, someone at the back raised the doubt that the LAD result in the mid segment may not be the best. So I decided to rewire and do NC to the mid LAD. So, and this is the first available angio in an attempt to rewire the LAD. There's contrast stain in the circumflex, and the wire at the mouth of the guiding catheter is seen buckled at the tip and floating back and forth into the circumflex mouth with contrast puff. I don't know if you can see that again anyhow. So what was the problem? Guide hooking was possibly non-coaxial, and the wire went into circumflex in the subintimal plane, creating a dissection at left main mouth. And that is it. So, and then at that time, I was not able to get into the left main at all. So changed the guiding catheter to the Judkins from the groin so as to have a different approach angle to the left main. Temporary pacing had to be done, groin puncture done under almost an electromechanical dissociation situation. Ascending aortic dissection planes are also seen. So you see some dissection planes in the ascending aorta, and the LAD is also not filling, and the hypotension is going strong, and the patient is heading towards total circulatory collapse. So, but with this change of guide, I could hook the left main, and the wires were into the lumen and immediately got the cardiac contractions back. Only the wires have been put because the flaps have been tacked somewhere. But then, what next? So improvement of flow and cardiac contraction, left main bifurcation disease now created, and stent in the circumflex with balloon protection of LAD, and then stent from LAD to left main ostium, and that is that, and all that contrast hanging continues. Both arteries now flowing, but the contractions are still weak. There is cardiac massage done in between, over 15 to 20 minutes. Also intubation done on the patient. IABP also put in, and with that hemodynamics gradually improved. Patient was on ventilator for 48 hours and then extubated, and he was fine. So the learning message was that perfect is the enemy of good, and take opinion of all, but finally it is your decision, you know. So I did go in again, which maybe was not the right thing. Just I'll show you one more case, similar type, a case of LAD CTO. The CTO is whatever it is, we have been able to do that. The RCA is normal, giving collaterals to the LAD. So XT wire under contralateral guidance, you move forward, get into the diagonal, and then you use a crusade to get into the LAD. So, and then you get a final result on the LAD. So that's fine. But some ECG widening noted during ProGlide preparation. So I was closing the case, I thought I'll do a ProGlide, this was from the groin. But there's some ECG widening as you see, and there's a progressive J point elevation and a gradual decrease in BP. Increasing ST elevation with progressive decrease in blood pressure, and there's ST segment elevation. And I showed you the final result. And then there's a total hemodynamic collapse with broad QRS and real broad QRS, and pressure is going down to 40. This is fluoro on check angio. So this is just the fluoro. We want to do a check angio, what's happening. So there's a big dissection plane in the ascending aorta and the sinuses. And I can't really hook the artery is not filling. Totally knocked out left vein with no possibility of hooking the same, at least in this situation as it was. So I immediately, because it was a CTO, so I had a groin approach available. So I took a Judkins from below as a contra route was available. And, but as you were handling it, it happens that the radial guide itself hooked the left. And the moment it hooked, left main flow was restored. So you see that left main flow is restored. QRS narrows, hemodynamics recover. So please see this angio carefully. What next? All looks good, but I see a layer of contrast on the superior surface of the left main. So I think something needs to be done. There is a dissection there maybe. So rewired. Fluoro now shows hanging contrast in the left main and the circumflex proximally. Left main ostia, because I thought it was all in the ostia, and immediately I stented the left main ostium with a 412 stent. And post-stent, we have good flows. The bifurcation is fine because there was no disease there. And that's the final that we accepted. And this is a retrospective review of the last angio before collapse. You see, as I always teach also and say this, angio is not one shot. Each angiogram is a collection of 50 or 60 images. So each image has to be seen, and this is one of the images. If you see here, there is a dissection plane marked by the red arrow, which you never see on the running angiogram. And this was seen only in one frame, and this is the dissection that created the collapse. So that's the way to look at the angio frame by frame. And so to conclude, friends, challenges are there in every step in interventional cardiology. One needs to be prepared at all times. Thank you.